Now, Christopher Mutsvangwa, what does he say?
Support from the war veterans. It is one of the reasons why we fell out with Mugabe, because he didn't want that project since 2014. Comrade Geza was my team, was my business development manager. All I can say to him, we are making new headway about Manize. We are going to become a major steel fabricator downstream for Southern Africa. A lot of widgets shall be made in Zimbabwe for the Zimbabwean market, for the regional market, and for the global market. Runesu is my comrade since 1975. We were together at Chimoyo, in Mozambique. We trained together, we fought together. He went for additional training in Romania. I went for additional training in Yugoslavia. And we worked very well together. I just am now, I've got a lot of angst about the way he's being abused by people who obviously have got an agenda.
We once saw Comrade Christopher Mutsvangwa talk about Geza being abused. We are seeing him repeat that. Just in case this might seem like an old video, that statement would verify that this is a recent video. Anyways, fellow Zimbabweans, let us continue.
And like I say, my appeal to him is that we have unfinished work in the steel sector. The prospects are just opening up. Manize has started production. So the Comrade Bombshell, I don't know the other issues which may be.
We are seeing the issue of Manize coming here. There's been hogwash and speculation that Christopher Mutsvangwa, who is said to be a mastermind of the Manize project, was sidelined. Now we're seeing him talk about Manize. If they were sidelined, has there be a reversal of this sidelining? Maybe something very grave was done to Comrade Bombshell Blessed Geza. Or maybe this is just politicking. Anyways, let us continue.
Bothering you, but definitely we, the war veterans, always remember the good work which you did. And we don't want you to be abused. Mazvitiramisa musateere mapenzi vari kukusainzesai ndo zvandiri kutaura and mutaura neshamwari yenyu anonditaura futi kuti ndiri shamwari yake. I think mukanzwa mavhindeo kanzi my friend comrade Mutsvangwa, Christopher Mutsvangwa. So I've got angst about what is happening to him. That's all I can say. And those who are abusing him, I want to add, most of them vanga vasiri kuhondo, vamwe vacho vakanotrena kuLibya vari vamuzoreo vakunyeba kuti vari macomrades. Ivo vakauya kuno ku1980 vaenda kuLibya 1979 ndo vari kutenderera vachitenderera even pano papati headquarters vachizviti tiri macomrades vachida kunyeba kutora history yevamacomrades echokwadi.
All right, we're seeing a heartfelt statement there coming from Christopher Mutsvangwa as he is appealing to Comrade Bombshell Geza. Now we're going to look at this from various aspects, from various perspectives. I think as a friend, if he's not trying to lure him into a trap, I respect that. He has earned my respect by just standing with a friend in difficult times. That is a very much respectable. That is a very much respectable there from Christopher Mutsvangwa. Oh, yeah. Then we see him try to justify Comrade Bombshell. We see him try to justify Comrade Bombshell by saying people who are using you, just in case there may be a bitterness there may be a bitterness on the part of Comrade Blessed Geza. That is if he is involved in the Manize steel plant project. That may be used. So we are seeing comradeship, camaraderie there coming from Christopher Mutsvangwa. Now, one big question may be, what is Christopher Mutsvangwa's role in this Manize steel plant project?
With a lot of support from the war veterans. It is one of the reasons.
What role does Christopher Mutsvangwa play in the Manize project? Christopher Mutsvangwa, a prominent Zimbabwean politician and ZANU-PF spokesperson, has been closely associated with the Manize mine project, particularly the Dinson Iron and Steel plant in the Manize area of Mvuma Midlands province in Zimbabwe. This project, spearheaded by the Chinese company Tsingshan Holding through its subsidiary Dinson Iron and Steel Company DISCO, is a significant industrial undertaking aimed at transforming Zimbabwe's mining and steel production sectors. Mutsvangwa has been vocal in endorsing the Manize steel project, emphasizing its potential to position Zimbabwe as a major player in the global steel industry. The initiative, valued at US $1 billion, involves an integrated iron ore mining and steel production facility with the capacity to produce up to 1.2 million tons of steel annually at full operation. He has highlighted its alignment with President Emmerson Mnangagwa's vision of industrializing Zimbabwe and achieving an upper middle income economy by 2030. The project is expected to create thousands of jobs, up to 10,000 direct jobs, and contribute significantly to the country's US $12 billion mining economy target, with spin-offs including infrastructure development like power transmission line and railway links to Mozambique and Democratic Republic of Congo. Mutsvangwa's involvement is primarily as a political figure, championing the project, often touring sites to assess the progress and linking it to broader economic goals. For instance, he has noted its integration with the global markets through partnerships like that with DP World of Dubai, which could see Zimbabwean steel traded on the Dubai Global Communities market. However, his role in the public eye, in the public domain, appears to be more about advocacy and political support rather than direct operational management of the mine or steel plant, which is handled by DISCO and its Chinese investors. The project has not been without controversy. Reports and sentiments on platforms like Facebook.com, X.com have raised concerns about displacement of local families and the exhumation of graves without adequate compensation or consent, issues that have drawn criticism towards the government and its Chinese partners. While Mutsvangwa has raised the project's transformative project potential, these social and environmental challenges highlight a tension between development goals and community impact. Those specific responses from him addressing those criticisms are not detailed. In summary, we see Christopher Mutsvangwa as a key political supporter of the Manize mine and steel project, framing it as a cornerstone of Zimbabwe's industrial and economic ambitions. Though his role tied to promotion is the one that is more prevalent, there is no evidence of any that is linked to direct administration, amid a backdrop of both optimism and local contention. Now, seeing him talk about Manize in the public like this, could this be suggesting that maybe Christopher Chris Mutsvangwa may have something to do with what is happening there at Manize. Big up to everybody who's watching us live right about now. Somebody says video ya Manize ilikukata kata. So I'm going to replay it one more time. What is your opinion, fellow Zimbabweans? To those who are watching us live, do write your comments in the top chat or in the super chat. Also, that's how I can get to see your names so I can give you a shout out. I'm going to try and replay the Christopher Mutsvangwa video.
With a lot of support from the war veterans. It is one of the reasons why we fell out with Mugabe, because he didn't want that project since 2014. The Comrade Geza was my team, was my business development manager. All I can say to you, we are making new headway about Manize. We are going to become a major steel fabricator downstream for Southern Africa. A lot of widgets shall be made in Zimbabwe for the Zimbabwean market, for the regional market, and for the global market. Runesu is my comrade since 1975. We were together at Chimoyo, in Mozambique. We trained together, we fought together. He went for additional training in Romania. I went for additional training in Yugoslavia. And we worked very well together. I just am now, I've got a lot of angst about the way he's being abused by people who obviously have got an agenda. And like I say, my opinion is that we have unfinished work in the steel sector. The prospects are just opening up. Manize, he has started production. So
the prospects are just opening up. The prospects are just opening up. What does the word prospects mean in business? Prospect means anticipation, but prospects in business now means a prospectus client, a prospective supplier is a potential supplier. A prospect is a potential client, someone who is in the market for your product or has the resources needed to buy, but not been purchased yet. So, according in business, that is what prospect mean. Refers to a potential customer who has been qualified as a good fit for the product, likely to make a purchase. That can be a prospect, right? Then generally you can say, is something likely to happen in the future? Is there any prospect of the weather improving? Is there any prospect of the economy improving? What are your prospects in life? Things are like that. Anyways, let us continue.
The Comrade Bombshell. I don't know the other issues which
he refers to him, Comrade Bombshell. If we can see his demeanor, he is very genuine. Like it's very heartfelt statement there. It seems that he would be very closer to Comrade Bombshell. Why is he releasing this statement right now? And he seems to be supporting him. I'm not saying he should not support his friend. I'm not saying he shouldn't be supporting his friend. Big up to Shami Sochinotimba, Oscar Muteku, Nokulunga Masiku says hi there. Greetings, everybody. Abigail Kanjanda, thank you very much for that positive feedback. There, enough respect. I don't know what Kelvin Mishi says. Auna Nyaya has been angered by. Nyaya Ndiangwere, or I'm giving it as is. Then we're giving an analysis, a balanced analysis as we are speaking what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. However, personally, I wish for change in the nation of Zimbabwe. I wish for the economy to improve in the nation of Zimbabwe. I want for corruption to end in the nation of Zimbabwe. I want better remuneration for our civil servants in Zimbabwe, better education opportunities for every Zimbabwean, a better Zimbabwe for every Zimbabwean. I wish to see Zimbabwe on the world map. I wish to see Zimbabwe shining in the whole world, entire world. I wish for Zimbabwe to become more like a Dubai of Africa, more like an England, more like a London of Africa. BFT, big up there. Table Mountains Records. How is it there? Are you in Cape Town? How is it? Says Mountain Records West Town says Manize. Dima, something Dima simply go. Enough is enough. Free up the nation of Zimbabwe. Anyways, let us continue with the Geza statement from Christopher Mutsvangwa there.
Be bothering you, but definitely we, the war veterans, always remember the good work which you did, and we don't want you to be abused. Mazvitiramisa musateere mapenzi vari kukusainzesai ndo zvandiri kutaura, and mutaurwa neshamwari yenyu. Iye anonditaura futi kuti ndiri shamwari yake. So I've got angst about what happened. That's all I can say. And those who are abusing him, I want to add, most of them vanga vasiri kuhondo. Vamwe vacho vakanotraina kuLibya vari vazore kunyeba kuti vari macomrades. Kuno ku1980 vaenda kuLibya 1979. Ndo vari kutenderera vachitenderera even pano papati headquarters vachizviti tiri macomrades. Vachida kunyeba kutora history yevamachekubacomrades with a lot of support from the war veterans. It is one of the reasons why we fell out in Mugabe, because he didn't want that project since 2014.
Now take note what Christopher Mutsvangwa here is saying. One of the reasons why we fell out with Mugabe, he didn't want support of this project. Now, does ED support this project for the war veterans? This is what he is suggesting. At the same time, it's a hidden message, more like a threat saying, give us this, give us the war veterans this. So this is a strategic statement they were saying from Christopher Mutsvangwa. Christopher Mutsvangwa is a brilliant individual who has intellectual intelligence and also emotional intelligence. Big up to Renia Single. He must support Geza this time because he's making sense. That one match, everyone must be on the street. Chengetai, Binge Pinge, Comrade Bombshell commands respect within the ranks and file of the Zimbabwe Armed Forces and government. Fear is what's keeping other players within the system to rally behind him. Okay, that is Chengetai, Binge Pinge. He says, yeah, Comrade Bombshell Geza commands respect. It seems like he commands a lot of respect.
Runes was my team, was my business development manager. All I can say to him, we are making new headway about Manize. We are going to become a major steel fabricator downstream for Southern Africa. A lot of widgets shall be made in Zimbabwe for the Zimbabwean market, for the regional market, and for the global market. Runesu is my comrade since 1975. We were together at Chimoyo, in Mozambique. We trained together.
He says we are making headway. In business, headway means to make progress or to get closer to achieving something like we have made headway so far with the negotiations. So far we have made headway with the negotiation. We've made progress. We have made strides. We have gained ground. We have advanced. That is making headway. We have gained in terms of business. So he is using that language because not a lot of people would be relating to it. That is more like a political rhetoric. Then he says many widgets will be made. Again, in business English, widget, in designing, in web designing, or in business in general, a widget in computers is a small computer program usually connected with an image that can be added to a website to allow the user to do something like website kana ini ka player per site ka player kanonzi ka widget. An image can be a widget. So a widget can mean a partnership, a mini partnership, or a placeholder, or a stakeholder or a stockholder. Somebody who holds a stake in a company. So we're seeing prospector's perspective, then we see him saying headway and then widget.
He went for additional training in Romania. I went for additional training in Yugoslavia. And we worked very well together. I just am now, I've got a lot of angst about the way he's being appeared.
At the same time, what did Comrade Blessed Bombshell Geza say about Christopher Mutsvangwa's liberation war credentials? Because we are seeing Mutsvangwa aligning himself with the liberation struggle. We'll get there when we finish this.
Who obviously have an agenda. And like I say, my appeal to him is that we have unfinished work in the steel sector. The prospects are just opening up. Manize, he started production. So
that is Christopher Mutsvangwa saying there. Now, let us rewind back in time to hear what Comrade Bombshell would be saying about Mutsvangwa, where we would see him in an explosive expression in a showdown.
Siana inazo tiri kudhila nemi. Siana inazo zvamuri kuita izvozvo. Siana inazo. Let's respect our commanders. Yeah. Atidi kuti, you know, it is not only General Chiwenga. Bakata kana namai mjurwesa. Yeah. Mapita una Mugabe aita zvechivhure kuhondo. Mugabe akamboita zvechivhure kuhondo.
Now we see Comrade Bombshell Blessed Geza jumps into the Christopher Mutsvangwa issue here. We see Comrade Blessed Geza has made several statements about Chris Mutsvangwa, reflecting a deep rift between the two figures amid Zimbabwe's political turmoil as of today, 18 March 2025. Now it's 19 March. Geza, a fugitive war veteran and a former ZANU Central Committee member, has publicly clashed with Mutsvangwa, the party spokesperson, over leadership and loyalty within the ruling party of ZANU-PF. We see him here dressed in camouflage, accusing Mutsvangwa of being a liability to the revolutionary cause. He has warned Christopher Mutsvangwa to zip up or face exposure of alleged secrets that would paint him as an anti-revolutionary during the Zimbabwe liberation struggle. Geza's rhetoric suggests he views. Now is Mutsvangwa trying to silence Comrade Geza with his friendly statements? He seems genuine to me, and for him being genuine and choosing to stand by a friend, I respect him for that. Any person who does that is a person with dignity and integrity. Mutsvangwa is a hypocrite or opportunist, contrasting their war veteran credentials and implying Mutsvangwa's criticism of others like Vice President Constantino Chiwenga as self-serving rather than him being principled. All this, we're seeing a strong message coming from Comrade Bombshell Geza. So that would be an analysis I did on what Comrade Bombshell Geza said about Christopher Mutsvangwa. That would be a warning, a big up to everybody who is watching us live right about now. What do you think of all this?